guys, Steve here from Coils and Coins Detecting, and this will probably be part 2 of a bush detecting video. The first part was shot quite a fair way from here, so this is the next day. Back out to a spot we've been to a few times now, farthing fields I'm going to call it. To find one farthing's pretty cool, but to find 2 within a couple of metres is a sign of something, isn't it? So found a few coins here, quite a few coins, and other interesting things. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to actually grid it with a string line and try to just work this area of this concentrated area of coins and other good stuff, see if we can find some more. I'm pretty sure there's more here. I'm going to use the Equinox 800 with the 6-inch coil, and that should allow me to really get that target separation, because there's a lot of iron here. I've also got the Manticore. I might run that over some of the good targets just to see how it sounds. I have done the latest update as of mid-June, roughly mid-June 2023, so I'll give that a go as well. And we'll see if it makes the machine any better, because I was really finding it hard to pinpoint targets in this kind of iron-infested ground. So apparently it's got some stabiliser settings there. I've had a bit of a look at those. Might use those as well and see if it makes those signals any better. Anyway, enough jabbering on. Let's get detecting, and I'll come back when we get the first good target. Just to give you guys a bit of an idea of what I'm actually doing, I'm using a string line here as my left-hand edge, and then I'm detecting away from that about 1 metre or so, and then I'm standing in a spot and I'm just covering that ground quite thoroughly. I'm not trying to swing too fast, but I'm trying to pick up any obvious targets that are nice and repeatable. If I turn all metal on, you can hear how much iron there is here. It's absolutely everywhere. And so the only way to work this kind of ground is with a small coil. And I'm listening for little squeakers, little repeatable tones. I'll turn all metal off. Little repeatable tones that just stand out. I have discriminated 14 and below out, so I'm not hearing lower targets at this point. I'm just listening for those 15 and above targets. And most of the coins have been 20, in the low 20s. And some of the other stuff has been 18, 19. So it's just a matter of working slowly along the string line until we get those good targets, and then I'll mark them. And I'll have a listen to them with the Manticore as well, I think, just so I can compare what they sound like. Those broken signals are not really what we're listening for, although they could be good targets. I'm just trying to find those obvious ones, or more obvious ones, because they are here. But it takes some patience. Alright, I'll keep working the ground, and I'll come back when I get a good target so I can show you what I mean. Well, I've been detecting up and down this gridded pattern for a while. I've dug up a little bit of rubbish, nothing amazing yet. But I have got my first good, what I call a good signal anyway. Have a listen to that. So when I'm gridding and I'm walking along very slowly doing this, I'm listening for that. You've got to be tuned into it. Hear it? It's pretty clear. That's in all metal, but I would have it discriminated out like this. Just so you're aware too, I have my iron bias, my FE at 0, and I've also got my recovery speed at 8, maximum of 8. Now the targets here are very shallow, or generally within 3 inches of the surface, and they're pretty dense. There's a lot of iron, like I've said. My sensitivity, I've backed it down to 22. I don't need a lot of sensitivity here. So that's what it sounds like on the Equinox. It's a pretty clear signal, 25, 26. I don't know what this is, I haven't dug it up. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go and grab the Manticore, and I'm going to have a listen to it on the Manticore and see what it sounds like. Still working along the gridding, and I got this signal here, which didn't sound amazing. I thought it was going to be large rubbish or scrap or something. Dug the plug, and looks like it could be something mildly interesting. I can see sticking out of the plug a handle. We've got ourselves a little teaspoon. It's quite bent there, but it does look like an older style teaspoon to me. Maybe it's got some hallmarks on it. I think so. It says something on the back there. Not sure how old that's going to be. It's electroplated. You can see that. Cool. We'll clean that up later and see if we can get any details off it. Give us some idea of how old that might be. But it's pretty cool. We'll keep searching though. No coins yet, but I'm sure there's a few here, so we won't give up just yet. So I've done the upgrade with the Manticore. I've got the red, you can see there, I've got the red target ID numbers enabled for iron, which is a new feature in all metal. But if I go over this target, Manticore likes it. It's a 90, right on the non-ferrous. And pings it pretty well. So I am going to hunt around here with the Manticore in a while, just to see if the upgrades have made a difference with the new settings. That was in where were we? Yeah, all-terrain fast. Might switch back to all-terrain general. Do a noise cancel real quick. And I want to show you, yeah, just recovery speed. Probably ramp that up to 7. Ferrous volume. This is where the new stabilizer functions come in. I've got that off at the moment. I'm going to turn it on and I'm going to stabilize to about 4. I just want to see how it sounds now. Yeah, I was hunting in, I have set up some tones for the all-terrain fast, which suits the setup that I've got there pretty well. Bangs, hits it pretty hard. Now that could be falsing iron, I don't know what that is, but we're going to find out by digging it up right now. Alright. Hopefully it's a coin. It does sound, on the Equinox, it sounds to me like a coin. And it does sound like a coin on the Manticore too. So hopefully that's exactly what it is. Fingers crossed anyway. Alright. I'll get out of the way of the shadow. And let's see where it is. Okay, it's right there. It's a buckle. Okay. Well, that's alright too, because the buckles usually do, the brass buckles do usually hit pretty hard. But that's okay, would have got that with both machines and it's a pretty obvious signal. Good, okay. Alright, let's keep gritting and see if we can turn up some good signals. So this is a bit of an interesting one. It's only hitting occasionally, but the low 20 target ID makes me interested. If I turn 90 degrees on it, I get it, I still get it. And from that angle I'm probably getting it better. Alright, let's try the Manticore and see what we get on that one. The same target. See if it gives us any more information, if that 2D map tells us much. Yeah, it's seeing it. It's extending from the ferrous down into the non-ferrous region. It's rebars. Okay, interesting. Let's dig that one up. I'll come back and show you what we get. Okay, let's dig this signal. I'm hoping that it's a coin in amongst some nearby iron. That's why it sounds like it does. Well, there's a nail straight away. Doesn't mean that's what it was hearing though. There's a nail in there for a start. But it could have been masking something else. Both machines were hearing iron, but they were hearing something else with it. So let's Let's hope it was something else. There's another nail. Alright, so we'll run the detector over it again now. We'll see what it's telling us. Okay, signal's still the signal there, but it's ringing up much higher now. It's in the high 20s. So I'm not convinced that that's not just iron. There's another nail. I think that might just be a heap of nails. Alright. Once more with the detector. Yep. Pretty sure that's just falsing iron. So I've got a high tone here. Sounds a bit patchy, but quite stable from that direction. High 20s. Okay, let's see what the Manticore has to say about that. It's a patience game, this, because it only takes one really nice find to make the whole thing worth it. And that's what I'm aiming for. Okay, you can see there, Manticore likes it, high 80s. It's just a single blob on the non-ferrous line, right there. Okay, let's dig it up. Fingers crossed it's going to be our first coin. You just don't know. Could be anything. It's a bit of a high target. It could be a penny. Pennies can ring up in the high 20s on the Equinox. It could be, oh, it's something round. I can see it in the plug. There we go, look at that. Is it a coin? Is it something else? No, looks like it could be a coin. Oh, it's badly beaten up. If it's a coin, I think it is. It's almost oval in shape. Looks old, looks very, very old. Cool, all right, let me scrub that with the brush. See if we can work out what it is. Is it a coin? Is it something else entirely? Closest we've got to a coin anyway, if it's not, but I think it is. All right, let's clean it. Well guys, it is our first coin, but it's not old. It's a Queen Elizabeth kangaroo penny. I would say that's been repurposed as a shim or something because it's way out of shape. It's almost oval. You can see there Elizabeth, and you can see Queen Elizabeth's effigy there. So it's a kangaroo penny. Can't really see the date, but I'm going to say 1950s probably. But yeah, it's way out of shape, so it's probably repurposed. All right, it's a coin. We'll call it a coin. We'll keep on going. Cool. Repeatable high tone here. Somewhere. It's patchy though. Not convinced that's anything good, but I'm going to give it a go. I think we'll dig it up, see what the Manticore reckons. Manticore does not like that. I'm tending to agree with the Manticore on that one. Something there though that it's saying is not ferrous. Maybe we'll concentrate over on that part of the signal. I'll come back and show you what it is if it's anything interesting. Well, that's a really interesting one because I probably wouldn't have dug that if I'd been using the Manticore. The Equinox was telling me there was something good there, and it wasn't iron, and it was a good repeatable. Sounds a bit different now. I've unearthed it. I have seen it, and I can tell you that it's a coin of some sort, which is really interesting because I just didn't think it would be a coin. Here it is. I've scratched it. Damn. Damn. I think it might be a Commonwealth half penny by the look of it. Yep, half penny. Let's see if we can spot the monarch. George VI, so not particularly old. 1/2 penny, 1930. I think it says 1938 on there. I think. Yeah, 1938. Well, there you go. The Equinox has come through there. That is interesting to say the least. Obviously got to spend a lot more time on the Manticore yet, and the upgrade's only just gone onto it, so I still got a lot of learning to do. But I find that very interesting. Equinox gave me a lot more confidence to dig that than the Manticore did in that particular situation. Or wood. Let's keep on looking, see if we can find ourselves another coin or two before we go. Well, here's an absolute screamer of a signal. That's got to be a coin, right? That's got to be a penny or a silver coin, and it's quite shallow. Let's see again with the Manticore what it thinks. Just interesting exercise to see what the differences are. I've just got to find it again now. Where did it go? Your Manticore likes it too. High 80s into the 90s, or the low 90s. So, pretty confident that's got to be a coin, or going to be a coin. And it's quite shallow. My money's on a penny. But hey, could be wrong. It's right there. It's really shallow. Surprised we didn't pick that one up before now. And they're the sorts of signals I've been listening for all day, and I've only just started to hear some. It's just a patience game. I was obviously in an area where there just weren't any coins left, or there wasn't anything there to find. We've already been over that area a few times, so we've probably taken them up. But all right, enough messing around. Let's see what we got. Ah, well, it's not a coin. I stand corrected. It's the other thing that gives great signals. A big buckle. Nice big brass buckle. Yeah, they always sound really nice. That's okay. I don't know how we missed that, but there you go. Just goes to show you that gridding does work, and you do find more. So, cool. Let's keep going. On to another good repeatable target. Hitting pretty hard at 22, 23 there. Just here. Mark that so I can check it now with the Manticore. Again, just build up some information about how things compare and what they sound like on the Manticore versus the Equinox. Just the more information you've got, the better, I think. So this is pretty happy with the fact that it's not iron, and it's calling it a mid-50s target, whereas the Equinox is calling it a 20. So they have different opinions on it, it would seem. The Equinox is actually 22, wasn't it? So it was calling it a higher value target than the Manticore is. If it was I would have thought if it was a coin, like a halfpenny or something, ringing up 22, 23 on the Equinox, it would have been more like a 70 or 80 on the Manticore, but it's calling it a 50, so that's interesting to note. Let's have a look here. There it is. It does not appear to be a coin. It's a doorknob, maybe. Could be off a door, off a bit of furniture. But that's why it would have been ringing up well, because it was hitting this circular end. Alrighty. One or two more digs and then we'll head off. Alright, so I think I finished gridding that area there. Did it as thoroughly as I can do, but there's a lot more that could be gridded. Found a couple of coins, a couple of buckles, a few interesting bits and pieces. I was hoping to find some older coins, but look, it's just luck. A lot of it, you just have to go over it with your coil, and with a 6-inch coil, that surface area is pretty small. So to find 2 farthings and other coins with the 6-inch coil just sort of wandering about, there's a lot of luck involved, to be fair. But anyway, it was worth the effort. What I'm going to do now, though, is I'm going to grab the Manticore with a new software upgrade on it. I'm just going to go over this nearby area and see what it's like with the upgrade on it. If it's more stable, if it's giving me information that's easier to understand, or if it's just as confusing as before. So we'll see how we go. This is the very difficult environment for any detector, though, with all this iron. So I'll knock the sensitivity back on the Manticore. I'll put the stabilizer on, and see what happens. I'll come back if we get anything good. Okay, so with the Manticore now, target here, a low 50s. It's saying it's probably 3 bars down. So we'll dig that one, I'll show you what it is. Okay, so that 50 signal was a piece of scrap. I'm not sure whether it's brass or something. It's got a small hole in it. Had a purpose once upon a time. Okay, let's have a bit more of a look. Alright guys, well that's the video for today. We finished at this site for now. Found a few interesting things gridding, not as much as I'd hoped for, but that's just the way it goes sometimes. Had a bit of a go with the Manticore at the end with the new settings. It does seem to be more stable to me. I didn't really find anything with it though, so I've got to spend a lot more time with it to really understand that machine. But it's very powerful, and I have found some good stuff at parks and the beach. But these kinds of environments with a lot of iron, yeah, it's very tricky. So we'll keep working on that. Hope you got something out of the video today. I hope that comparing the Equinox to the Manticore when I found a good signal was useful to you if you've got both machines or you're thinking of moving to the Manticore. Yeah, hopefully it leads to more good finds. The more effort we put in, the more work we put in, the more we understand the machines. So thanks for watching, I really appreciate it. If you've subscribed, thank you. If you haven't, please consider doing that for me. It helps the channel grow. And also leave some likes and comments if you'd like to do that. So thanks again guys, we'll catch you on the next one. Happy hunting, stay safe, and we'll see you next time. Bye now.